Surf, sun, and sand. Great food, a Ferris wheel, rides, games, and fun, fun, fun. That's what's in store for you at the Misquamicut Fall Festival, September 17th, 18th, and 19th at Misquamicut State Beach. Entertainment all weekend long features local and national acts. The Misquamicut Fall Festival is a family-friendly event with carnival rides, magic shows, karate demos, arts and crafts, a food truck rodeo, chainsaw wood carving, and so much more. Go to MisquamicutFestival.org for more information.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fall Fest preview show. We are continuing to be putting it together, and we go live to Misquamicut Beach with Caswell Cook. Hey Caswell.
Hey there, look behind me. We got this beautiful stage that they just set up this morning. We've never had a big stage like this before. So we've scaled up a little bit with the entertainers and the entertainment. And it's actually the stage that they use at the Charlestown Seafood Festival, so it's familiar to some. But we've got a lot of great entertainment coming to the festival this weekend, and they will be on this stage right here. The layout's different this year, so when you come in, it's not going to look like it's looked in previous years. We do have the rides all down here getting set up, as you see. There's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rides that they haven't set up, but they're working diligently on the Ferris wheel right now, trying to get everything done. We've got state inspectors coming through. Amanda Pera, our person we wanted to talk to, is right down at the end meeting with the fire marshals right now. So I guess we can't interrupt her to talk about the vendors. But I can tell you that, there's all kinds of vendors that are going to be here this weekend. Lots of food. I believe we have 17 food trucks, anything from pizza and hot dogs and hamburgers and chicken sandwiches and wraps, Dell's lemonade, things like that. And Amanda, hopefully we'll get her on one of these to talk a little more specifically about it. And then there's all sorts of people. I mean, they're selling t-shirts, they're selling jewelry. There's all kinds of arts and crafts and knickknacks and things like that. We have a face painter that's going to be really cool in the midst of the vendors. And then one of the best things we've got brand new this year is we have this wonderful guy who's going to be here Saturday and Sunday carving with a chainsaw. And he's going to do live demos. You can order some of his stuff if you like it. But this is a first for the festival to have a chainsaw carver, and it will be a spectacle. There will be chips flying. So there's that. And what else is going to go on? Well, we're going to bring in this whole area that's empty right now is going to be vendors. And then we've got the beer and wine tent that's going to go over to the left of the stage. So that'll be good. Uh-oh, Coconut Kevin's talking to one of the inspectors. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Although Amanda's on her way over, so what encouraged the new setup? The stage is in a different location. Obviously, it's a new stage, but is that why it's in a new spot? I love the new spot, by the way. Yeah, well, it needs to be on the grass because it has to be staked, and we can't stake into the pavement. The state wouldn't like that if we started making holes in the parking lot. So we, out of necessity, had to move it over there, which I think is pretty good. And we also, honestly, the tent companies had no tents because everything that was canceled last year in COVID got rebooked for this year. So we were like SOL when we asked for our tents, and we call all kinds of companies. So we had to go with a plan B. And I'm thinking, well, it's a covered stage. The band is covered, which is good. And so if it sprinkles, well, the audience will get wet, but the equipment won't. So that's kind of the main thing. But also, it's a much bigger presence that we have with the stage this year. And I think
it's beautiful.
We'll be able to really get the music out there. So when your friend Barry Goudreau from the band Boston, who's Barry Goudreau's engine room now, when he's playing More Than a Feeling, it's going to be pretty cool and pretty good sound. We'll like it. I've enjoyed all your interviews. And I know the people that are watching out there have really enjoyed Ben's interviews with all the guests that are coming up this weekend at the festival, all the stuff that's happening. And who do you have on the show tonight?
Well, this afternoon, actually, I'm going to be talking to Nick Bossie, which is going to be great. Yeah, Nick Bossie is an incredibly popular local musician, country artist. He has a new single that came out recently that currently has like 180,000 streams on Spotify.
Are you going to play that when he comes on?
I'll ask first, but yeah.
Well, I don't think an artist is going to say no to spinning their hit.
It's a good point. Is Amanda on her way back?
Now see Amanda there now. So not only do you see Amanda?
Yep.
Not only does she have a baby in the basket in front of her, she has one in the oven too. She's about a month from popping. And I said to her, a normal person would say, "Hey, Kaz, I need to take a festival off." But Amanda has been with us since 2010, and she refuses to take a festival off. And so 8 months pregnant and with a 1-year-old in tow, she is our vendor and festival coordinator. And she's doing her job right now. She's got, you can't tell just looking at grass, but we've got it all marked out like every vendor space. So, not that anyone cares, but just for ha-has, when Rockwell puts the mark on the ground of where they're ending, then we do 180 feet of vendor space. Then we hit the stage, which is a 60-foot area. And then we do the beer tent, and then we go another 180 feet up. And then this middle area is going to be where people can eat. And then all the food vendors are going to go about 300 feet of food vendors all along this fence here. And I don't know if you can see that black hose that's kind of hanging on the fence.
Yeah.
But those are the water lines that Ron and Bob ran all the way down there, all the way under the State Beach Pavilion. So that's a huge amount of water lines, which we store all year up in our container above the drive-in or behind the drive-in screen. So there's a method to our madness down here. We seem to.
It's a massive operation to take this State Beach that was, filled to capacity like a week and a half ago, and to turn it into a festival in just a couple of days is. There's a reason why I'm calling this series of the daily videos that we're doing with you on the beach, putting it together, because it takes a lot. It's a lot of effort for all of you guys to do all of this.
Well, it's not only that, it's the inspections, like you see right here, you got like 4 fire people here, so they're checking everything. They're going to come back and check all the wiring when Power Posse sets up all the generators and everything. And then the food inspectors come in, literally a half hour before the festival starts, and they start checking temperatures. I think we had one year where someone wasn't up to temperature, and the woman said, "You either throw the food out or you leave." And the guy got all mad and he left. I can't blame him, but rarely does anything like that happen. But that's why you have the inspectors, and then you got the ride inspectors. They go over every nut and bolt. You got to do it, right? We're expecting 10 to 15,000 people here, so you've got to have certain fire lanes. You got to have certain fencing in certain places. You've got to have your fire inspector, your health inspector, your ride inspector, and your electrical inspector. So it's a lot of permits that need to be pulled, a lot of tax stuff. Every single vendor has to pay taxes on what they sell. That's another thing Amanda has to do, is collect their taxes at the end of the weekend. It ain't easy, but we pull it off, and it does seem to get a little easier each time. We're a little rusty this time because it's been 3 festivals that we had to cancel because of COVID, but we're ready to go. And hey,
well, Caswell got a phone call because he forgot to put his phone on Do Not Disturb again. Can you hear me?
I got a phone call. Yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to
That's
put it
all
on
right.
Do Not Disturb. And then what's going to happen next week down here is this whole place is going to get torn up. Atlantic Avenue, the part that has not been repaved from about the Windjammer down to Patty's, that's all going to get repaved next week, Winnapaug Road. And then finally our bike path is going to be installed along the side of the State Beach, all the way to connect the Patty's end of the beach to the Two Little Fish end of the beach. So we're got a lot of construction coming up, and then starting October 1st, the pond is getting dredged, a good dredge, first really big dredge since 1961, and then the sand is going to get placed on the beach. So Mesquamaket is getting a little facelift after Fallfest, and it's going to be wonderful for next season. It's going to be a great thing.
Awesome. Is the drive-in done for the year now?
I'm not sure. The last scheduled movie took place this weekend, but if the weather's nice next weekend, we'll do a pop-up drive-in and maybe show Jaws, Dirty Dancing, something like that. So just check our social media and stuff, and we may continue the drive-in another week or two. Just if it's nice like today, man, there's no reason not to do a drive-in. We usually would go through October, but because of the dredging project, they need to use the facility to put the heavy equipment. But
Right.
Since it doesn't look like they're going to mobilize till October 1st, we probably could squeak another week or two of the drive-in. So yeah, stay tuned for that. But the real deal is Fallfest, and we're going to try to post some of those. Maybe you can do it after this, or post it in the comments, the $1 off coupons, because we encourage everybody to use those dollar off coupons. Why pay 10 when you can pay 9?
Absolutely.
And then the last thing is we're having an 8-piece Dixieland jazz band playing out of the back of a Cadillac at the front gate. If you are one of the lucky people to arrive at Fallfest between 5 and 6 o'clock on opening night Friday. So that's just going to be a little spectacle we have for you.
Speaking of classic cars, I talked to Rob last night from Classic Movie Cars, Epic Movie Cars, and I'm really excited to see for the Classic Car Show on Sunday to not only see all of the gorgeous classic cars that are brought normally, but to have some of these epic movie cars like the DeLorean, which obviously we've seen at Mesquamacut Beach several times, Herbie the Love Bug, a trio of Jurassic Park cars. There's a lot of fun attractions coming on Sunday for the Classic Car Show.
It is, and it's in memory of Big John Hodis, who used to run our Classic Car shows for us. His wife Cheryl will be here, and we've been running these shows with 102.3 FM The Wolf and the Doc, who is well known in the car world. And so we're inviting any classic car to come down, bring your car. And if you bring your car to the Classic Car Show, you and your family get free entry to the festival as well. So, why not come down and just drive your classic, park it, and while you're, wandering around the festival, people will wander around and check out your car, maybe look in the glove compartment, whatever.
Yeah,
we have trophies. People like trophies. We have trophies that we've got for the festival for winners of the car show, and then we've got those cool looking cars that are coming also from the movies. So yeah, I think the car show is great. It's only one day this time.
What is your favorite? What is your favorite part of the festival?
Putting it together and watching it run.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. Once we this stuff is kind of fun. I mean, I let Amanda handle it. I hide, it's like Caswell. The first year it was just too much Caswell. And I'm like, you know what? Amanda can handle this. I'm going to go help set up water lines and order the food from Westerly Packing and make sure the artists are happy. I mean, obviously make sure this thing's moving, but
yeah.
I just enjoy the whole. I hate the breakdown. I hate when it's over. I get depressed because it's that's it almost.
Right.
And then it takes me a couple days and all right, I got to write Guy Fawkes play and get that together. But after Guy Fawkes, I really get depressed, and it's I'm like, shoot, or can I say shit? I guess I can. It's not network television. And I'm like,
no,
what am I
this
going to do?
This is actually airing on network television right now.
Yeah, I'm sure. But we like everyone that's watching. Is anyone telling us out there where you are right now? Are you at work wishing you were here at the beach? And where are you watching from? We love to hear where you're watching from. Just type in the comments where you are watching from.
Let us know where you're watching from. Caswell, can you, since people might be stuck in a cubicle somewhere, can you just grab your phone and show us some waves?
There's a fence that we put up over here, but let me see if I can get around it.
You're young and agile enough to hop over it.
Say hi to Coconut Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. Kevin,
He's too far away now.
Yeah, I have a piece of his art somewhere.
I can't get past this orange fence, but can you see the ocean?
Yes. Stick your hand up high. There we go. Hold on. Let me go full screen. There is no one that I've ever talked to that has ever been on the Ferris wheel at Springfest or Fallfest, looking out over the Atlantic Ocean and not thought that it was a beautifully transcendent experience. It's just one of the coolest things ever.
I totally agree. So when you come into the State Beach, you're going to pull into the parking lot here and take a right. And then over here, obviously, you can see where these orange barricades are. From here all the way down will be vendors, and then all the way when you get down to the rides. Now, if you want to park at the other end of the beach, down by Two Little Fish and Whisky Now and Flyhawk and the Windjammer, we do have another entrance to the festival at that end of the beach. So you don't have to come in the main entrance here. You can pull into the grassy area down here. Less people will know to do that, and enter right by the rides. So there are 2 entrances, just so everybody knows.
Yes. Sal just commented, "Oh my God, will we be playing on the beach like Frankie and Annette? Beach blanket bingo."
Well, Sal, you're going to be right on that stage right there, playing the rock and roll, playing Jesus is a Friend of Mine, that you're going to dedicate to your good friend Caswell. You don't have to do that. Yeah, we're looking forward to
Diana's
having
watching
these
from
entertainers.
Western Mass.
I enjoy your interviews with these people. I think you did a great interview with Barry Goudreau from Barry's Engine Room. I think that's going to be pretty cool seeing him on stage and, listening to some of those Boston hits. And then from what I understand is his new album that they're out. I think it's something about On the Road or something.
The Road. His new album is great. I listened to it the other day. It was fantastic. Somebody once said to you that go on the stage. This is incredible.
This is what it looks like from the stage if you're an artist. Let me go pretend this is what it'll look like behind the artist.
Hopefully not that ridiculous.
Hey, now. Yeah.
Right.
What else? I see the town's filling some potholes. See, every time it rains down here, these potholes get exacerbated. You like that word?
I do.
Where else are people watching from? Come on, who's watching today? And are you coming to Fallfest? And, oh, by the way, should we give away another family 4-pack of tickets right now to some excited person? Who is excited to get free tickets to this weekend's Fallfest? It could be used Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday. Is anybody excited? Can anyone give us a thumbs up, a heart, a comment, a yay?
Anybody who...
Something.
Okay, so anybody who tells us where they're watching from right now is going to be entered to win a family 4-pack of tickets. You have to tell us where you're watching from right now. And obviously that you're planning on coming to Fallfest. Caswell left for a minute. Rhonda said, all right, here we come. Rhonda's watching from Shore Road. Dawn is watching from Spencer, Mass. Where are you watching from? Let us know where you're watching from, and then in just a second, anybody who said where they're watching from is going to be entered to win a family 4-pack of tickets. Bonnie is watching from Norwich, Connecticut. Caswell disappeared. He went off. He'll be back. Vincent, we'll see you there, sir. Yes, absolutely. Where are you watching from? I'll get my big hat out. My big cowboy hat from the fair. Derek. Grace. Bonnie. Caswell.
I'm back. Did you get some winners?
I'm putting their names into my giant cowboy hat.
Oh, you're going to do a drawing.
Dawn.
Now,
Diane.
only enter to win if you're actually able to come this weekend to Fallfest.
Yes. All right, you have about 1 minute. Dawn says, I've never been to Fallfest. What goes on during this event?
Well, there's rides. So you see the rides getting set up over there. There's the Ferris wheel going up. All kinds of rides and amusements. And in this whole blank space here will be 300 feet of food vendors and about 50 arts and crafts vendors. And then we're standing on the big stage that people are going to be performing on. We're going to have a beer and wine tent right there. I know it's hard to visualize because it's not all set up, but it's going to be quite an excellent time here at Mesquamaket Beach. And why not come check it out, have some food, listen to some music, and take a ride on some rides.
All right, are you ready?
I am ready. Drum roll, sir.
Here we go. Derek B. from Hartford, Connecticut.
Congratulations, you are the grand prize winner of what
Derek,
was it? Send
a message to the Mesquamaket Facebook page.
Yeah, send a message so we can find you. So send a DM, PM, whatever you call it.
Yes.
And then we will send you your tickets.
Tonight,
I think we should do one more giveaway.
One more giveaway?
With a trivia question.
All right. Do you have a trivia question?
Who's the guy who's been playing his belt as an instrument at the Andrea for the last 60 years, and he just celebrated his 91st birthday? He is a staple and an institution at the Andrea here in Mesquamaket. What is his nickname or his name? You tell us who that is. You've been to the Andrea. He's come out on the patio. He's played his belt to Mr. Personality. He does Knock 3 Times, and he, of course, does New York, New York. Who is this famous man that is nicknamed after a famous ball player that is 91 years young, just had his birthday at the Andrea? Do we have a winner?
We don't have a winner. I know.
Well, come on. Who doesn't know this guy at the Andrea? Who's the guy at the Andrea? He's been playing his belt. Start spreading the news. He says, come on, partner. Be my partner. Yogi, there you go, Grace.
Grace Johnson,
Yogi,
send us a message.
You are the winner. You are the winner of a family 4-pack of tickets for this weekend's Fall Festival, because you know the one, the only Yogi. By the way, Yogi never lost a fight at Madison Square Garden because he never fought there. So send us a DM or a PM. What is it? Is it a DM or a PM?
DM.
Yeah, I like PM.
Well,
send us a message so we can send you your tickets.
Yeah.
Look at that truck. It's got all kinds of huge stuffed animals, so they're starting to bring in the prizes for the games.
Awesome.
That's pretty cool. And these inspectors are really working Amanda over, but she doesn't look intimidated, does she?
Not at all. No, she never looks intimidated.
She's got 1, 2, 3, 4 inspectors staring at her.
Will she?
Really her.
The first time I met Amanda, she was just racing around on an ATV.
Yeah, and for the first 6 years, she refused to wear sunscreen. So when she got done with her sunglasses off, she looked like a raccoon.
Yes.
Finally, we said to her, Amanda, or Amander, as I like to call her in my Westerly way, Amander, you need to get some sunblock, and I'll buy it for you if you need it. But damn it, you need to wear it.
Dawn says, what are the hours for Fallfest? Friday, 5 to 11, Saturday, 11 to 11, and Sunday, 11 to 5.
That is correct. And this is why you get paid the big bucks to be the host of this thing.
Yes. Also, just want to say thank you to our sponsors, including Rockwell Amusements, obviously, who you can see in the background, Yale New Haven Health Westerly Hospital, huge shout out to them, and 102.3 The Wolf, as well as all of the other sponsors. You can find out all of that information at SquamiCatFestival.org.
Yeah, and one of the huge sponsors also is the Pleasant View Inn, because without them, all these artists, we wouldn't be able to afford to bring them here if we had to pay for those hotel rooms and stuff. So I want to thank Joseph Joseph Taunton, the manager at the Pleasant View. They're huge partners with us with the MBA, and they take care of just about all the accommodations for everybody that stays down here. And Yale New Haven Health Westerly Hospital is our key sponsor, and our media platinum sponsor is 102.3 The Wolf, and also would be remiss if I did not mention Chris DiPaolo and WBLQ and The Buzz, because they give us tireless support, as well as WADK, Bonnie and Bruce over there. So thank you very much for that. And I know we've got Barry Goudreau from the band Boston is going to be on 102.3 The Wolf, I think, this afternoon with Pat Cole. So that'll be a cool.
Pack Hole will definitely have a better interview with him than I did.
You knew your stuff, Benji. You know, Google.
I prepare.
You're like, so you left the band in the early 80s and formed RTZ. And he's looking at you like, whoa. Because most people interview him and they're like, hey, man, were you on More Than a Feeling? Which, of course, is iconic. And I mean, you got to mention it, but it ain't like all he's done, you know?
No. And also, anytime, you know, a staple of the fall and spring festivals in Mesquamacut is are some of these acts that like have been a part of the most iconic groups of all time or some of the biggest songs of all time, but a lot of them, you know, it's stuff that they did 35, 40 years ago, and maybe they don't necessarily have the best relationship with that band anymore, or whatever it may be. You know, like it's not like you know, so basically I don't want to only talk about More Than a Feeling in Boston with them because that might be insulting to them, and they are our guest, and they're, you know, but one thing that you always learn about this is that these artists are incredible, and just because people had a handful of hits that you might have known, most of them are still making music prolifically year after year, and you know, as good as they always were. And if you listen to the Engine Room stuff, like it's just as good as those old Boston records, but it's brand new, and that's fantastic. Same stuff like I'm a huge fan of John Batdorf now, and Badfinger and Joey Molland, like, you know, so a lot of amazing music. I was saying this before you went on stage. Someone said to you once, Caswell, you bring us all of the music we didn't know we loved.
You said that.
I didn't say it. Someone else said it to you.
Oh.
Someone else said it to you the other day, and now I'm repeating it because I'm a good interviewer and I remember the things that people say to me.
Yeah, well, you know, it's like, okay, I mean, obviously I can't afford Paul McCartney. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, with the Stones can't play here. It wouldn't fit. So what do we do that's not just like, I mean, we want to have local bands, don't get me wrong, but you want to have some people that just like maybe touched a nerve in your life positively at some point. And so to have a guy who was part of a song like More Than a Feeling, it's just something I think many people can relate to. And it's something that's uniting about music like that. And so I always like to try to get some of the classics here because I think it's cool when you look out at the audience and the guys singing this hit and they're going, damn, and they're like transported back. Or like in, you know, my case, I just liked the music. I wasn't necessarily alive, but you know, it brings out a good feeling, brings out more than a feeling.
2 years ago, the last festival on the beach was headlined by Tom Wopat from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
And the General Lee was there. We talked about the Epic Movie Cars and stuff. The General Lee was there, which was awesome, and he was there signing autographs with the General Lee. I got to meet him. I got to talk to him. I got to interview him beforehand. The Dukes of Hazzard was a huge part of my childhood. I got to like take a picture with him in the car and show my dad that, and it was the last festival that my parents were around for, and it was something that meant a lot to my childhood and my relationship with my family, and the fact that like Mesquamacut and these fall festivals enabled me to be able to do that was something that meant a whole hell of a lot. And then also added bonus, added surprise, his bassist was a very famous Broadway bassist that was in a show that me and all of my friends were obsessed with in 2006, 2005. So I ended up getting to meet John Arbo, and then that was a huge thing. That came up yesterday in Time Hop, and I just loved it. So the people and artists that are coming to Mesquamacut Beach really have like an emotional connection with people, and their work in the past has an emotional connection. So I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, we don't just throw this thing together. There's a lot of thought that goes into these festivals, and you know, picking the entertainment is, you know, you want to get So everyone's got different tastes. So to have some country music, like Southbound with Nina J or Nick Bossie. I know like our president Charles is always, let's get some country. So we do that. I'm kind of a classic rock dude, so that's why,
Charles likes country?
huge.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have assumed like Metallica.
No.
All
No,
right.
if we could get Florida Georgia Line here, that would be Charles, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to spend more time with Charles.
You do. You should come down to the Windjammer when I'm DJing and give me a hand.
No, that's a crazy. Yeah.
Wiki,
no.
wiki.
But anyway, that's fantastic. Yeah, Nick Bossie will be on in a couple hours with me on a preview show, and we went a full half hour and we haven't been able to talk to Amanda, but that's okay. She is very busy.
I'll show you Amanda at least.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's end on just us showing you what she's actually doing, really working while we talk about it.
She's actually working with the inspectors, although it looks like her 1-year-old has won over one of the inspectors. She does a great job. Amanda Pera, formerly Amanda Reese. And I wanted to mention also that the people who do this sound and lights are really awesome. It's KG Audio, and you don't know them most likely, but every time you've seen something in Mesquamaket, whether it's tunes on the dunes or stuff at the drive-in, most of the time it's KG Audio, and that's Keith, who owns KG, and Ed, who's Ed Peabody, who's also in Ed Peabody and his Big Blue Thang, which is his band. And Ed will actually be here all weekend doing sound for these people. And those guys are amazing. And I also want to thank Tony Trombino, who a lot of people in Westerly know. And Tony comes down. He works at the hospital, but he comes down and he cooks for us all weekend, which is pretty amazing. For the people backstage, for the crew, the people working in the booths, the artists. So we thank Tony. He's a true Westerly icon. And Tony Trombino will be here. And you'll see all your friends and family down here probably. And it'll be just a lot of fun. So we're excited. We've taken up enough of your time. I think just for the hell of it, we should give away one more family 4-pack.
Okay. How are we doing this one? Draw another name out of the hat?
No, we don't want to draw. Hang on. What year was the first Mesquamaket Spring and Fall Festival?
What year? All right, yeah. Answer this question. What year was the first Mesquamaket Spring and Fall Festival? The correct answer.
Type it in the comments.
First correct answer in the comments wins a family 4-pack of tickets.
Now, only answer if you can actually come this weekend. Once again, we don't want to give away tickets if you're not coming from Cromwell or Hartford. But if you're coming this weekend, you can come Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Then we would...
Let me put it up in the what year.
What year did the first Mesquamaket festivals start? Not the music fest that started way back. I'm talking about the Spring and Fall Fest. What years did it start? I see people parking over there because someone didn't close the gate. Damn it. Where's Coconuts? All these people, they come in, they just can't.
Anne-Marie Hannon says 2011.
Perfect. That's when it started. You are the winner. All right, Anne-Marie. So send us a private message or a direct message or whatever you call it to Mesquamaket, the page you're on, and tell us that you are the winner, Anne, of the family 4-pack, and we will digitally send those out to you, which is pretty cool. And just as a word on tickets, and you could put up the website if you want, Ben, MesquamaKetFestival.org. So if you go to MesquamaKetFestival.org, you can purchase tickets online right there on the website through Eventbrite, or you can go to eventbrite.com if you want. But MesquamaKetFestival.org, click on purchase your tickets now because they're only $9 and there's no extra fees. So it's $9. So you save yourself $1 if you buy your tickets in advance. You also save when you get up to the ticket booth having to fumble for change, but you just hand them the tickets and you're in. So I would suggest very strongly, if you're coming this weekend, it doesn't matter. Just buy the ticket and you can use it whichever day you want. You can use it Friday or Saturday or Sunday. but go ahead and buy it, MusquamaKitFestival.org. And that's something I would say we definitely want to talk about. And then just again to recap, we have our main entrance up by the State Beach Pavilion, but we also have down at the Two Little Fish end of the beach, Sam's Snack Bar end, there is a back entrance to the festival that will save you time. So if you want to park down there and come in that entrance, you can do that as well, all 3 days.
Yes.
And
Save time, buy online.
I see all sorts of people walking around now, and I got to go close up the gate.
All right. Thanks, guys. We'll be back in a couple hours with Nick Bossie.
Surf, sun, and sand. Great food, a Ferris wheel, rides, games, and fun, fun, fun. That's what's in store for you at the Mesquamaket Fall Festival, September 17th, 18th, and 19th at Mesquamaket State Beach. Entertainment all weekend long features local and national acts. The Mesquamaket Fall Festival is a family-friendly event with carnival rides, magic shows, karate demos, arts and crafts, a food truck rodeo, chainsaw wood carving, and so much more. Go to MesquamaKitFestival.org for more information.